car epidemic going on right now.
The quality control in this car is horrific. Look at the plastic molding.
Tesla made a future car.
Brand new tow truck, and it already has the check engine light on.
New cars suck.
Millions of Americans are returning their brand new cars, and everyone knows why. Before we get started, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are going to 10,000 subscribers.
Car epidemic going on right now. Basically, all the cars that they're producing today are inferior to their former versions. They're a shadow of what they used to be. Especially the Toyota 4Runner. Used to have a straight 6. Now it's got a 4-cylinder turbo direct injection. So with the 4-cylinder, it's going to have to work a lot harder. And it's going to have a lot more pressure inside the engine because of the direct injection and the turbocharger to get these things actually moving up to speed. And their gas mileage is not even all that great. And the engines are not going to last, you know. They're putting 4 cylinders in work trucks. Can you believe that? Trucks with a big 8-foot bed. They put 4-cylinder engines in these trucks. There's an epidemic going on right now with bad vehicles.
Brand new tow truck. Brand new tow truck, no stickers on it. 35 miles on the odometer, and it already has the check engine light on. How the hell?
This is my work truck, 2025 Dodge Ram 1500. 37,000 miles. Check engine came on.
My one buddy has a Ford F-250. It seems like they last about 40 or 50,000 miles, and then they need a new transmission. $60,000 trucks. Transmission breaks after 40, 50K. How is this possible? Also, Ford has a lot of bad transmission issues. So many cars, they're just being very cheap. I think it's greed, and the Democrats have regulations on fuel economy so that engines are no longer reliable. They have to put all this technology into a very tiny engine to try to get it to produce enough power to get you where you want to go. And it doesn't actually save that much fuel economy because these little 4-cylinders are working so hard to move all this weight. So if you are interested in buying a car, I would suggest that you go back to 2017 and older.
That's true. On the American market, new cars made after 2017 have indeed turned into unreliable junk because of their overloaded electronics, finicky turbo engines, and complex emission systems, which constantly break down and cost a fortune to repair.
This is the worst BMW I have ever purchased. Let me tell you why. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you'll know that just a few months ago, I purchased this fully loaded $140,000 BMW X5M. Now, this car is supposed to be the pinnacle SUV of the sports car world, especially from BMW. And you guys also know that I take care of my cars very well. Now, since day one, we have had nothing but issues with this car. And what makes it worse is that BMW service centers treat me, the customer who's paying for a $140,000 car, as if I bought a $5 toy. Now, a few days after I took delivery of this car, we actually noticed that the floor liner over here was completely bubbled up, and the dealership figured out that it was a defective floor liner, so they had to order that part and replace it. Then started all of the other issues. One of the biggest issues is that the paint on some parts of the car started chipping, like over here, and even over here on the fender liner, which I just noticed. You guys could see the paint is like paper thin. Another issue that we found is that there's a finger-sized hole in the floor liner over here. Another issue is that all of the stitching on the seats is coming out, which was like this when we got the car. Look at all the stitching. Another issue is that these seats are brand new and it's already wearing out. Look at the leather on the seats. It looks like it's like 10 years old. Now, the most annoying issue of all is that I opted for the upgraded Bowers & Wilkins sound system. Now, this is supposed to be an extremely high-end sound system, but instead, we've had nothing but issues with it. 90% of the time when we're driving this car and you're listening to music or you're trying to talk with someone on the phone, even if you put the speakers at max volume, it sounds like it's at about 20% volume. I've taken it to the dealership for this issue about 5 times, and every single time they deny that there's anything wrong with it. And here's another example of the leather issue. Now, when you're in my shoes and you buy a car and you're paying nearly $3,000 a month for it, at the very least, you would expect that if you take it to the dealership, they'll treat you with respect and take your issue seriously to try and fix the car. But instead, all BMW has done is try to make it seem like I'm lying to them. All of their dealerships lied to me. They denied that they're going to fix the car. I've even spoke to BMW corporate, who's even worse, and didn't even give me a reason on why they're not going to try to fix my car. This is really disappointing because all I've had is BMWs, and I have all of their top cars, the M4, the X5M, and the X7. And for this reason, I don't even know if I'm ever going to buy a BMW again. Once I sell the BMW X7, I'm probably going to replace it with an Escalade. Once I finally get rid of this car, I'm not sure what I'm going to replace it with. And as far as the M4 goes, hopefully once I'm done messing around with this car, it'll be time for me to get a supercar. But in general, BMW service, their customer service, their quality, everything has gone down about this brand, and it makes me never want to buy one again. But the X5M is by far the worst car I've ever purchased, and it's the most expensive car I've ever purchased.
This is why I hate newer cars. This is a 2021 GMC Terrain. I'll show you something dumb. This is how you open the trunk right here. You just press this little button right here. I thought this was a knob at first. And then there's your little Prindle malfunctioning thing. Push to start, obviously. Oh yeah, 2021. And these are the kind of locks you get in the rear. Yeah, fuck that.
Here's everything that I absolutely hate about my new Mustang. There's a lot of them, so try to keep up. Hopping into the driver's seat, it's actually a pretty comfortable sit, but I'm not gonna lie. I usually drive like this and rest my elbow here. There is no padding right here. It's just straight hardness. In the S550s, you could kind of sit right here and also reach the wheel, but right here, you cannot do that. And yes, the wheel is pulled all the way out and I still cannot reach it. I'm about 6'1", and I also cannot reach the corner of the screen when I'm sitting all the way back. I gotta lean forward a good amount to touch the stuff that's basically on this quarter of the screen over here. This one I figured out the other day. The only charging ports are right up here. There's nothing in here, so your passengers kind of have to stretch a cable across the whole car, which is just annoying. I'm not super tall or anything, but when I wear a helmet in this thing, when I go to the drag strip, it actually smacks the roof because the seat doesn't sit any lower. Every time you get in the car, it forgets its settings, so you have to go here and turn the AC seats on if you want that, mess with the AC again, turn that to low. It kind of just forgets. The AC seats suck, just like any Ford ever. Last one for the interior. Ford was just being cheap. They didn't put the ambient lighting in the cup holders like they have for every other generation. I actually don't like this color match deck lid. I'm getting that black. The bumper fitment is absolutely whack. And last but not least, this one doesn't make any sense to me, but these are ram air inlets and they just blocked off half of them.
Yes, and the new Mustang also suffers from the typical problems of modern cars. Glitches with the electronics and displays, issues with the transmission and clutch, differential leaks, and mediocre build quality.
Do not buy an Audi SQ5. I've had a 2025 SQ5 for about 2 weeks. Within 24 hours, I was already having sensor alarms. It wouldn't go into park. It was just like 7-8 alarms all at the same time. Over the last 2 weeks, I've spent 8+ hours at Audi, still not able to link the digital key, still not being able to figure out why all of these alarms are going off all the time. They've done an update. Honestly, love the aesthetics. Absolutely obsessed with the aesthetics in this car. I will actually stitch in like a night view of the car. Aesthetics are just chef's kiss, but sensor-wise, like software issue, just not worth it for the price.
Why do new cars insist on reinventing the wheel every single time? Was anyone else sick and tired of the volume knob? This thing down here, you go like this. You have to rub the thing to change the volume. That's absolutely weird. Or you can use this right here, which is funny because these are only lit up when the car's on. So when the car's off, you actually can't even see the buttons on the steering wheel. And also, I got in this car, you actually do not have to hit the start button when you get in the car. All you need is the key, you foot on the brake, and automatically the car turns on. And it's kind of annoying because then you try to roll down the window, the car turns off because your foot's not on the brake and it's on in gear. So if I go like this and then I go to open the door, oh, the car stayed on this time. I don't even understand. Now you stay on. It doesn't make any sense. Before, I was trying to roll down the windows, and then the car kept shutting off because my foot wasn't on the brake, which I find just absolutely crazy. But seriously, though, who was sick of the volume knob? And again, it's called a volume knob, right? Knob, a knob. Not pad thing you rub with finger, and volume goes up and down whenever it decides to. And also, why these, too? Why not just have physical buttons instead of these touch points? They just feel weird.
Touch-sensitive buttons on the wheel are super annoying. I'm sure Alden his touch-sensitive stuff will be dropped very quickly.
I drive a 2000 Chevy Tahoe, right? Over 200,000 miles on it. And my brother was like, Josh, it's time to get a new car. Why don't you get like a Mercedes, like a new BMW or something? You got the money for it. I said, why would I do that? Like, I own this car outright, right? It doesn't give me any issues. It's durable. If I get in an accident, this thing is a tank. It ain't going nowhere. Plus, if something goes wrong on this car, bro, it ain't hard to fix. Like, if something goes wrong on a Mercedes, you gonna pay like $2 to $5 grand, bro. If something goes wrong in my 2000 Chevy Tahoe, I just gotta pull the switch. Like the ABS, bro. It was running like nonstop. It wouldn't turn off. You know how I got to turn off? Me and my boy went in there and pulled the fuse. That was it. Pulled the fuse, bro, and waited till I could repair it. That's all we did. That's all you gotta do. You can go in this car and just pull things out. Fix things. You can go back in. It don't take too long, bro. It's all right here. It's a real car, you know? A Mercedes is like a spaceship, bro. You need like NASA engineers to go in there and repair that thing, bro. With this, you just need me and my buddy, man. And like a pack of beer.
You know what's annoying? I'm in this Ford Fusion, and I'm trying to set it up to do an alignment. So, you know, want to leave it in neutral. But every time I go and open the door, it switches back to park by itself. Stay your ass in neutral. Fucking bitch.
Who even designed such an awkward gear shifter in the car? Lol, it looks like a volume mode selector.
Jeep drivers. I rented this piece of shit thinking like, yeah, I might like it, you know? Let me give it a shot. Rented it, you know, just to check it out, you know? How do you drive these hunks of hammered dog shit? Like, it's loud, has no power, has the room of a car, but has the mileage MPG of a truck. These things are worthless. I will be honest though, I got this with the intent to get one of those gay little duckies that you guys leave on the Jeeps to put right here on my dash. Come on guys, help me out.
Got a Jeep? You better check it out. There's a big recall right now for Jeeps catching on fire. And guess what? You're fucked. There's no fix right now. Their reason to tell you is to park it outside, not inside of a building, because they've been catching on fire. Something in the steering column module. There's no fix. They said third quarter of the year they will possibly have a resolve for it. Until then, you just gotta pray your car doesn't catch on fucking fire, apparently. So, I love my Jeep. I wanted to drive this until the day it died, which is hopefully a long, long, long time. But if we catch on fire, that might not happen so much. So, let's just hope they fix this recall fast and hope I'm one of them that doesn't have the problem. Thousands apparently have already caught on fire while parked. Not even while running, while parked. So be careful.
More than 1 million Jeeps can catch fire even while parked with the engine off due to some faulty power steering wiring. And this, after all their pompous ads about legendary reliability.
Holy Jesus. What is that? Normal sound for these engines. You guys know by now, I just picked up a 2026 F-150 single cab, 5-liter V8, 4x4. But the engine is making a weird noise. Now I'm assuming it's the belt. This truck is brand new, bought it with 4.4 miles on it. I've never owned a Coyote V8 before, but I don't know if that's normal or not. I've been breaking the car in, trying to mainly keep city miles on it so the transmission and engine can get fully broken in. We racked up 200 miles in a course of about a week. I've been driving the car very lightly and very carefully to break the engine and transmission in. But that sound is kind of worrying me. Now this truck is not going to stay stock for very long. As you guys know, we already got parts and modifications on the way. And unlike the RS3, everything on this truck is going to be under the engine and underneath the truck for performance, and the modifications when it comes to cosmetics is going to be zilch. Now, that does not mean we're not eventually going to lower the car and get some stuff paint matched and get some nice wheels and bead-locks, but for now, she's going to stay a sleeper build. But that sound is making me a little worried. Now, as of right now, she still does have her brand new factory warranty on her. Comment down below if you own one of these or know someone who owns one of these, and let me know if that noise that the belt is making is normal or if I should take it to the dealership and get some stuff checked out with that nice warranty before we void it. But that's all for today. I'll see you guys in the next one.
How do I roll the window down?
The switch is in the middle.
Why are they in the middle?
Well, think about it. It's a Bronco. The doors come off. So if the doors are off and you want to roll the window up, how are you going to do that? with the doors off.
You want to know what's crazy? The fact that Tesla made a future car, okay? And tell me it was 90 degrees outside and the air conditioning reduced thing comes on and now my AC don't work because the car needs to cool down because the car is hot. Okay, you know who else is hot? Me! Me!
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOW. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DR.
Elon, here's my 2021 Model Y. I picked it up yesterday from Tesla out in Burbank. Beautiful car. It's my second Tesla. First one's a Model 3 Performance. I love it to death. But I gotta tell you, bud, the quality control in this car is horrific. Look at the plastic molding. It's just separated. How does a car leave the factory like this is beyond words. That's not the worst part. Look at the brake pedal. There's a large metal spike sticking out. Check out this apple. Look, dude. If that was my foot, it'd be ripped to pieces. Explain to me how that happens. At this point, Tesla and quality control appear to be an oxymoron. And now I've got to deal with the pain in the ass. I've taken my brand new car back to Tesla, getting an Uber back home, waiting for them to fix it, getting an Uber back there and grabbing my car. That's not the way this is supposed to work when you get a new car. Total waste of my time. Love the car. Very disappointed in quality control. Please make it right, my friend. Have a good day.
Many Tesla owners on forums write about the uneven build quality. Despite the advanced technologies in autopilot, these issues with the finish often become the main complaint about the car.
This right here is becoming a big problem for Ram. So the infotainment systems in Ram trucks and the other Chrysler Jeep Dodge products were really good under Fiat Chrysler, but as soon as Stellantis got on board, things went downhill. Now, between the response time that is not good enough for a modern system and the glitches, it's just not great overall. Now, this wouldn't be a problem, but features like the climate controls, you can see the parking sensors, even the trailer brake controls are integrated into the screen. And the reason I'm making this video is I hope that Stellantis fixes this screen stuff, because I can tell you, I get a message almost every single day of someone telling me they're either not going to buy this product or they're going to trade this product for another product simply because of a screen.
Alright guys, real quick, I need to vent a little bit. Now, I've grown accustomed to plastic use on cars, right? From the intake manifold to the fuel pump, hell, even the transmission pan. I've seen oil pans be made of plastic. Now, here's the deal, engineers, if you're gonna do this, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a little old JT, but if you're gonna do this, and I get why it's lightweight and efficient, I guess, but if you're gonna do this, try to not have it near something hot. Okay, guys, this is the exhaust manifold. Did y'all hear me? This is the freaking exhaust. This is a cat. This is the exhaust manifold. Look at the clearance between this plastic pan and this pipe. All right, this pipe gets hot when the engine is in use, when the vehicle is in use. Again, look at this clearance. There is none. I can't even get to the freaking drain plug. All right, I'm getting ready to replace this pan because I'm getting ready to do a trans service, and I noticed this is ridiculous. Engineers, come on guys, you could have gave me a loop or something, or you could have put a shear right here. I'm guessing this is okay because this truck got 100,000 miles and nothing has happened. I still wouldn't have did it though. I don't get it, man. I'm engineers, y'all gotta tighten up, man.
It's absolutely astonishing to me how fast these American trucks depreciate. This is a 2023 Chevy Silverado 1500 ZR2. It only has 30,000 miles on it, and it's already down to $54,000. Put this in perspective, this brand new right now, MSRP is 78 grand. If you were to go to a dealership and buy it out the door, you're looking to pay about $72,000. You can save 20 grand in just 2 years and 30,000 miles. And this is CarMax, where we all know they have really high prices. But I still feel like even at $55,000, this is a little much. Because at the end of the day, this looks nice aesthetically. This is all just cheap plastic and stuff. But this stuff is just all cheap plastic. Some very minimal soft touch stuff. And you gotta think, this has an MSRP of almost $80,000. Heated and cooled seats, but my favorite part about this one is, did they do the recall on the engine on this one yet? Ah, they did do the recall. 0W40. That new motor oil will save this engine from blowing up. If you look right there, it's a little low on coolant, but that should be fine.
At a new car price of nearly $80,000, the interior is packed with cheap plastic and almost no soft touch materials. The quality clearly doesn't match the asking price, and that's not even mentioning the engine issues.
New cars suck. They all have bright white headlights, obnoxious seatbelt sounds. They all look the same. They spy on us, and they're extremely uncomfortable. Old cars, on the other hand, have mellow yellow headlights, no seatbelt sounds. They don't spy on us. They look unique, and they're extremely comfortable. It almost seems like the reason that the government requires cars to be made the way that they're made today is because they hate us and want us to be uncomfortable.
My 12-year-old Mercedes has more convenient controls than any new car on sale today, and it's because instead of a touch screen, we have a screen that's high up right in my center of view and these tactile controls. And to demonstrate how much better this type of a control system is, I'm going to close my eyes. Because even with my eyes shut, I can navigate the system completely without looking. I can go over to the seat menu, 1, 2, 3, there's the seat massage, and I can select a massage without even looking. Down here, there's these little nubs on the hotkeys, so I can feel, okay, that's the navigation button. That means if I want to go to media, I click that, which means I can skip a song that way. I've got volume controls over here. I can reach up. Okay, that's the auto button, that's the temperature, and there's the, let's see, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, that's the fan speed, so I can increase that, decrease that. Then we have the seat controls. Here's the headrest, backrest, seat base, there's our cooled seat, heated seat, and then this controls the passenger seat, so I can now move that around. Yep, look at that. Can unselect that. I can reset my seat with the memory button over there. These are things that you simply can't do anymore in modern cars because all of those features are buried behind a menu. And obviously, when you're driving, you're not going to have your eyes shut, but I can get to all of these controls while I'm looking at the road because it's muscle memory. It's not looking at a screen. This is why it's so important to bring back physical car controls.
Why is it always the old cars that have the cool features? This is the 1998 Buick LeSabre. It has a bench seat in the front. Couch style seats. I mean, look at how nice that is. These seats tilt back and forth. The seats, the whole thing tilts. Look at that. Thing had traction control back in 1998. Like, that's crazy. It also had a air ride system. All the shocks have these little sensors in them. You have steering wheel controls. But you could also control the climate control from the steering wheel. Like, why don't we have that anymore? Like, new cars have the touch screens and all that kind of stuff, but you don't get a steering wheel where you can control your air temperature. That's absolutely wild. And then the fact that this thing has double vanity mirrors. We don't get double vanity mirrors. So that way you can put the sunshade all the way around and block out all the sun you need. The only thing that disappoints me is that this is not a pull-out cup holder area. Actually, I think the cup holder thing no longer works anymore, unfortunately. Oh, actually, it's supposed to sit like that. It's a little jinkety, but that's how it's supposed to work.